We have become a nation that wants results without responsibilities. South African. Maybe the biggest lie we tell ourselves is that everything wrong in this country is the government's fault. But I'm tempted to ask these few questions. Who throws rubbish outside a car window? Who dumps nappies in rivers? Who steals electricity? Who refuses to pay hospital bills but still demands an ambulance in 5 minutes? Who rent out backyard rooms to illegal businesses and smugglers because they pay cash? The government. It's you. And the truth is that South Africa does not only have a government problem. South Africa also has a you problem. Yes, corruption does exist. And yes, the government has failed in many areas. And also, politicians have destroyed trust. But how do we expect a country to work when citizens themselves are also destroying it every single day? I mean, look at our streets. Look at our rivers. Just look at our townships. Look at the taxi ranks after one busy day. Plastic everywhere. Broken bottles everywhere. Dirty nappies dumped next to homes. And the painful part is that people litter without any shame. And the same people, they will say the government does nothing. But who made the place dirty from the first place? Countries don't become clean because the government is magical. They become clean because citizens respect where they live. You cannot destroy your own environment and then complain that your area looks poor. People complain that there are no ambulances. Hospitals are collapsing. There's no medication. And yes, some criticism is valid. But many people don't pay for services even when they can afford to. Some people use public health care for free while earning money privately. And others abuse the system completely. Then equipment breaks, budget collapse, resources disappear, and the same public expects world-class healthcare. We honestly cannot keep draining a system while refusing to support it. We also have parents who don't pay school fees at public schools, but tomorrow they want smart classrooms, security guards, working toilets, sports grounds, clean classrooms, and qualified teachers. Some parents even insult teachers in front of their children. Then later they will ask the same teachers why are their kids being so disrespectful. Because if we are honest enough, we would know that a school cannot function properly when the community itself does not support education. Some communities vandalize the very same schools their own children attend, stealing cables, breaking windows, stealing food meant for learners, then crying about poor education afterwards. And it's a fact that illegal businesses did not just appear nowhere. Some South Africans opened the door themselves. You rent out your garages, your backyard rooms, and your houses to illegal operators because you want fast money. Some know exactly what is happening there. Counterfeit goods, illegal alcohol, drug storage, smuggling operations, unregistered businesses. It's things that you know that are happening. But because rent money comes every month, you choose to stay quiet. Then when those people start stealing our kids where we stay, then we blame the government. But if communities protected their own neighborhoods, many of these operations would struggle to even survive. Crime grows where communities tolerate it. And look at foreign nationals. Many people will say the government allowed too many foreigners into South Africa. But Ordinary citizens also participated. You hired undocumented workers cheaply. You rented your rooms without papers. You bought counterfeit products because they were cheaper. You protected illegal businesses because you benefited. The government controls borders, but you also control what you tolerate. This is not about blaming all Nigerians or foreigners. Not every foreigner is a criminal. Many are working honestly and legally. But South Africans themselves often cooperate with illegal systems when money is involved. And corruption is no longer only in parliament, but corruption has entered daily behavior. You want clean streets while you litter. You want honest politicians while you bribe traffic officers. You want municipalities to function properly while you illegally connect electricity. You want safe communities while you are hiding criminals in your neighborhood. You cannot demand discipline from leaders while you reject responsibility. South Africa does not belong to politicians only. It belongs to all of us. And maybe real change will begin the day you stop acting like a victim in every situation, because a country dies slowly when you stop caring. Not when politicians fail, not when money disappears, but when you ordinary people lose shame, lose accountability, and lose pride in where you stay. That is when the nation starts collapsing from the inside. We South Africans are becoming too comfortable with destroying our own country. And the biggest problem is that fixing South Africa starts with fixing yourself.